Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips with a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shop video today. Taking to go out there, see what things came out today, see what things are on sale. Today though, new release-wise, there's actually quite a few new things coming out. And that's the one thing with the Tuesday videos is, it kind of always depends, because like last week there really wasn't a whole lot of stuff. So that's why too I show more figures and just other stuff because there's just not as much stuff to show. But this week there's a lot of different things coming out and stuff like that. And I do try to go to on weeks where it's kind of an off week to Barnes & Noble and stuff, but sometimes they're like blasting music. So I do my best with documenting things, the best that I can. But today though, a new release wise, there's actually a lot of stuff. It's one of the bigger Tuesdays in a while now. The movie Together is coming out. Downton Abbey, the Naked Gun remake is coming out. Freakier Friday is coming out. I think there's like a 2-pack. I think I saw something about a 2-pack. I might be wrong because if there is a 2-pack, that's actually pretty good because the first movie, the Blu-ray was like a Disney Club exclusive, I believe. But I think I'm wrong about that. I feel like maybe it's a 2-pack with a DVD. I have to look and see if there was one because like I said, Freaky Friday, the first movie, with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, that one was only ever released from the Disney Club. Also, Caught Stealing, that releases today, as well as the film Him. So like I was saying, a lot of different stuff, really big release week. Also at the end of this video is going to be a bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for those at the end of this video as well. Also, too, guys, if you haven't had a chance, like I always say, check out the link below. You guys can watch my movie Desert Fiends on Tubi. Thanks again, guys, too, who have been, liking the film on there and sharing it around and stuff as well. I really appreciate that. And I'll be sharing soon with you guys the release date for Skate to Hell. I'm not sure when I'm allowed to actually make it public, but I'll be sharing that very soon as well. So that'll be coming out on DVD and streaming and all that kind of stuff as well. And I'm actually right now going through distribution for Mistletoe Massacre as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on everything with that as well. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into the first Target we go. Starting to have more little more and more Christmas stuff is definitely coming out here though. Let's see, little mint jars. Yeah, every time you come here there's like a few more little random Christmas things added into this $1, $3, and $5 spot. A little random night light over here. These things are kind of funny here. They're like these little, like a SpongeBob one, Buddy the Elf, Plankton, Patrick. Yeah, they're only $1. They're kind of cool. Are they ornaments or just like little, are they supposed to be an ornament maybe? I guess they're just little figure things. They're kind of cool for $1 though. SpongeBob one and the Patrick one. But yeah, I look back here real quick and it's pretty much all the same stuff. The main thing I'm trying to find is the Toonie Terrors, Art the Clown, the Christmas one. That's the main one though, so we shall see. Hopefully I'll come across that one, but that's mainly toy-wise the main thing I'm looking for right now though. But yeah, it looks like all the same stuff in here though. From what I can tell though, doesn't seem like anything different. I do wonder though when those weird Ninja Turtle things are going to come out because they're supposed to be these sort of wacky, goofy ones. So I don't know when they're going to come out. The Target exclusives though. Into the first Walmart we go. Let's take a look in here though. See. Before we head over to the movies, anything's changed over here. What's weird though sometimes is in these displays here, you see figures, ones I'm well, I don't think I've ever seen these actually out here to get and purchase. It's really weird. It's random things that are in there that are not actually able to be purchased. Let's see though over here. Doesn't look like anything different. Let's check back here though and then head over to the movies. Looks like pretty much all the same stuff. Like I said, the only really figure that I was looking for right now mainly is the Terrifier Art the Clown one. All right, so we're gonna check now and see. I can see from the side, it looks like a lot of the stuff is out. Oh yeah, see, I was right about this. There's a Freaky Friday double feature, but I think it's only DVD. I don't know if there's a double feature Blu-ray, because if there's a Blu-ray one, that's actually pretty cool, like I said, because the original one was a movie club exclusive one. But today, though, it looks like some of the stuff might not be on the shelf, but I see most of it. I see the Naked Gun Blu-ray for $19.96. The 4K is $24.96. Together is $14.96. I like this one. This is a really interesting movie. There's a 4K Blu-ray for $22.96. And then Him, I think these are in the wrong spot, because the Him DVD is $17.96 for that one, and then the Blu-ray is $22.96. 4K is $27.96, so they're all mixed up. They do have Downton Abbey Blu-ray for $17.96. Sorry, DVD for $17.96, Blu-ray for $22.96, 4K for $27.96. Let's see, anything changed? So Grinch, that was a new one. That one hasn't been switched out. Looks like it's a cart coming through. It's like, see, I see like the top here, some kind of a cart. So I definitely won't be able to peek through there now with that cart. We'll go back around in a second. Let's check, let's see what's going on. It's like bang, 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 bang. But let's see, anything over here though? Doesn't look like anything new from what I can tell though. Especially main one I'm looking for is the Art the Clown. Oh yeah, see, I see some spots still in here, like some of the new ones here, like Catch Me If I Can. I think these are some of the new ones, like Morning Show, Prisoner of War, yeah, Spinal Tap 2. Looks like the Blu-ray is $19.96 and DVD is $14.96. And then what's down here? Some kind of SpongeBob and a Rick and Morty one. So some of the other locations I go to, hopefully they will have the other stuff out. But what was that cart thing? I don't know. It's weird though that these other ones, you know, these ones were not switched out, because all this was. But looking down over here, just seeing if anything else has been changed out in this. This is a weird newer 3 collection that has even that weird third movie I know he did last summer for $5. But other than that though, let's just see if anything else has been changed out in here. It's pretty much all the same things. And in here, I always check just in case the Terrifier figure gets put in there, the Christmas Ben Cooper one, but it doesn't look like it though. Into the next Walmart we go. But yeah, guys, in here though, this location has a whole bunch of more stuff though. Like this one has like Buffy figures. I don't think I've seen other ones, but went through here and just looked, and I didn't see anything when it came to the Terrifier Christmas Ben Cooper. But I felt like this would be the one if they were gonna have it. What's weird though is this one though, it doesn't have like the new releases laid out at all, and where there should be. So like, see right here, this is where the new releases always are, and it's like, it's all old stuff. And see right here, it's all the most random grumpy old man and all this stuff. So I don't know what happened in this location. None of the new releases are here in the front or anything. It's just very random stuff. Yeah, right here in the front though, it's funny, this location had some like different squish, like Grinch ones, and this one of Max and stuff, so that's cool. And like all these different like Grinch things over here. I guess like these are dog toy things. But funny, this one has real different stuff. And then over here is like a bunch of different blind bags that I have not seen anywhere else, like these Christmas Story ones, Grinch, SpongeBob, Harry Potter, Christmas Vacation. That's really cool. And then a couple of these like little light things and stuff too. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm going to go into this place called Spindle's Music. Well, I'm just talking outside right now because I have a feeling that inside it's going to be blasting music. It usually is. I haven't been in here for probably like, I don't know, a couple years, and they have a lot of like, used DVDs, Blu-rays, a lot of music, all kinds of different stuff in here. One of the few kind of like trade-in places. There aren't really that many of these kind of trade-in kind of places in my area, and this is one of the better ones, but I usually don't show inside because they're always blasting music. But just kind of going through here, looking at all the different stuff they have in the store. Into the next Target we go. Yeah, but looking back here, guys, at this one, trying to see if there's anything different. I see a bunch of the turtles in here, like these Shredder. I think these have been out for a while, but you don't see these ones too often. I know some of them are newer. But yeah, I'm trying to go through here and just make sure there's nothing for the Ben Cooper, not for the Toony Terror, Art the Clown one. But yeah, no sign of that one. But there are a couple Targets in this area, so I'll be looking for that one though. And hopefully one of the other Walmarts too has all the stuff out today as well too. This is a newer one, a Kevin. I don't think I've seen this before. This Kevin Pop for part 2. Into the next Walmart we go. This is the one that has the Charlie's cheesesteaks in it. We'll see though, anything different. Oh, here's like the leftover candy, Halloween candy, like a barrel, 75% off. So this is all that's like left in here. These like lots of different lifesavers and this stuff, like pretty much all the same thing. But we'll head back though. Hopefully this location will have, you know, all the stuff changed out. We shall see though, because there's a handful of different stuff, so I want to see. Let's see though back here, anything different squish wise. I don't think so though. Pretty much the same stuff, but you have to check back here because there can be random little things back here, so you never know. Some of these random ones. What are these? Is this The Office and Dragon Ball Z stuff? Yeah, in here though, I was checking back here just to make sure I didn't see anything for the you know, Terrifier. They do in here though have, these are harder ones to find. I found these a while ago, like the Rainbow Batman and the Pink Suit Batman. That's funny seeing those ones out here because those are very hard to come across. But let's see in the movies and see. So this one, everything is locked up, but it looks like, is it all the stuff from last week or is there anything changed out in here? Trying to see if there's anything mixed in here new. Seems to be all of the same things. Let's look down. What is this stuff? Oh, you see, some of them have this stuff too, like this PlayStation, different things, stuff for PlayStation. I don't think they all do. Where's the? That's weird. Like, see, right here is where it would be the new release. Oh, I guess they put all the releases in here. Okay, so yeah, so then. They didn't change these, it looks like, but they did change out the other stuff. So they have in here, so I wish they would do a Freaky Friday double feature with the Blu-ray. You know, it's only that DVD one. But besides that, here's all the stuff in here. So they have Together, they have the Blu-ray in 4K, and then him, Downton Abbey, Caught Stealing. So I saw that in theaters as well. And I thought that was actually a pretty decent movie. I actually liked that one quite a bit. And I know I saw they're going to be re-releasing Kill Bill in theaters, which is pretty interesting. It's going to be, you know, kind of they're cutting it into one, you know, the way it was meant to be seen. And I think they're adding some extra stuff into it. But I did see a couple new ones. So they do have the Grinch Stole Christmas Steelbook here. I see that one. And then I believe this is another one, the Howling one, I don't remember seeing. So I think that was one of the other new ones as well. But like I said, other than that, I didn't see anything else mixed new in here. Let's just check down here just in case they put that one figure in here. It doesn't look like it from what I can tell, but there's so much of this Stranger Things stuff now. They have so many things, and Target has so many things for it as well though. But hopefully we'll find a Walmart that has all the stuff out today. But you know, we shall see though, we shall see. These are some weird looking things. These are like, these have like big like teeth. They're like chompers. These are really weird. They like, I've not seen these anywhere else. Definitely very, very strange. See anything in here? No, just sort of random stuff. You always have to check these spots though, because you never know what things can be here. What are these things? Turkey confetti poppers. Oh, this would definitely be a big, huge mess. Oh no. Into the next Target we go. Yeah, I saw these things in here too that are like interesting. They're like little mini records, like tiny vinyls, and they're like in sync, and all these different ones. Nightmare Before Christmas. I think they're like exclusives to Target, but they're a newer thing. Just funny, these really small little vinyls. But back here though, let's see. I see another one of the Kevin, you know, Home Alone pops over there. This one's just a teeny tiny bit bigger. But am I seeing anything for the Christmas one? Let's see, you gotta really like look down in here really well. But I feel like it would be hanging up probably, you know, if it was there. So you see these. Doesn't look like it though, from what I can tell. I know you have to really look at all of this stuff. But yeah, doesn't look like it though. It is really funny that that one is such a difficult one to come across. I don't know. But into the next Target we go. And this one has all these little things in the front. They all have kind of different things, these little ducks. but we'll see anything different in this one. But yeah, this one in here though, guys, this had some these different Ben Cooper ones. The only one I don't think they have in here is the Pee-wee one. They have like Garfield, Alf, Predator, but no sign though of the you know, the Art the Clown one that I was talking about. Like I said, that one seems to be very, very difficult to come across though. But yeah, these ones, I think it's the first time I've seen these ones in stores though. Into the final Walmart we go. We'll see if this one has any of the other movies set out though. We shall see. Yeah, guys, this location though, look, it's like the only thing they had changed out was like, they must have been fans of Downton Abbey. Like, we're gonna put these out. But other than that though, that's literally the only thing switched out. So I'm sure next Tuesday I'll see all the other things out. This looks like a newer edition here of 6 Feet Under. I guess they did a re-release of the whole series. This is one of those shows though, it is so sad. Like the last episode, it's one of those things I only ever watched it one time. It's like I could never go and rewatch it. It's just so depressing. But yeah, here though, all the same stuff from last week, nothing switched out. So hopefully next week, you know, I'll see everything else. I can show you guys next Tuesday, all this stuff. This is something different here. This includes limited run trading cards, this like Hallmark collection here. This is definitely a newer one. I do not remember seeing that in here. But this one, this location does not have action figures, you know, for like the McFarlane or anything like that in here. It's really weird. It's one of the few locations that doesn't have any of that. Anyway, though, guys, that was all for my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Like I always say, if you guys enjoyed these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, in the comments below, though, let me know what you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K if you guys ended up picking up anything today. Also, too, let me know if you guys saw anything this past weekend in the theaters. This past weekend, though, I saw a couple different things. I saw Predator Badlands, which I absolutely loved. And I wasn't sure how I was going to like it, you know, since it was PG-13. But Elle Fanning did a great job. And the thing is, the story, because it was really just the Predator and like robot, like, you know, cyborgs, it wasn't really human stuff, so it worked. And there was still a lot of blood because it was like Predator blood and cyborg blood, you know, stuff like that. So it worked. It didn't. I feel like there may be, like, when it comes out to, you know, streaming and Blu-ray and DVD, there may be like a slightly more intense version potentially. But it wasn't one of those things that felt cut down or anything like that. But I honestly would say, out of all the Predator movies, when it comes, like, I would say it's probably the first movie with the original, then this one. It really, really was a very good, well-made, you know, movie and everything. The other one that I saw was the movie with Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence, The Die, My Love, which, you know, I was actually really interested in seeing it. It's a very interesting movie. It's from the same director who did We Need to Talk About Kevin. So it has that similar kind of feel to it, of like things kind of going off the wall and getting crazier. It's basically Jennifer Lawrence's character has just had a baby and starts kind of cracking out after she has the baby and doing really insane, nuts stuff. I mean, some of the craziest stuff I can say I've seen. It was really well done, though. And then the other one that I saw, which I know it didn't do well at all in the theaters, which is too bad because I actually liked it, which is Christie with Sydney Sweeney, which is about the boxer, the true story about the boxer. I didn't know some of the stuff that happened to, you know, Christie in real life. Like, I don't want to ruin stuff because I feel like a lot of it will be surprises to people, but I had no idea some of the stuff. But it's too bad because it was really well done. The director also made the movie The Rover, which I, you know, from I think 2014, which I really liked. So I like his stuff. I really like the music in it too. It was shot really well. It's just too bad because it's very well acted. And it's a shame that no one's going to see it. Ben Foster was in it too, playing her husband, and he had this great, like, weird wig and stuff. He was really good. I've been a fan of Ben Foster. It's pretty much, I think 6 Feet Under was the first thing I ended up seeing him in. Anyway, though, guys, now stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews. And the first one I got here is from Sony, and I did a full unboxing of this really cool collection. This is the Luc Besson, a 9-film collection here, which has, you know, 9 different films that Sony has released of Luc Besson included here. Like I said, I have a full unboxing of this set here, but really cool. My favorite, though, out of all of his movies are definitely Leon and then, you know, the Fifth Element. Those are the ones that I've watched the most over the years. But really, really cool collection here. Like I said, I have a full unboxing on the channel for this one. The next one here, this one was from Universal, and this is one I want to let you guys know that was available. And this is the final in the series. It's basically, you know, this, I think it started back in like 2010 or 11, maybe a little later. I can't remember exactly when the show started, but I believe it was originally was on PBS. And then they did, I think, like 1 or 2 movies. And I think this is the second or third movie that they've done. And this is Downton Abbey, the grand finale. And this is kind of the final in the series. And this one here is the 4K, which includes the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the digital code. And then on here, this has a Changing Times featurette, Society Season, Authentic to the Core featurette, Fan Word of the Fans, a feature commentary with the director Simon Curtis and actress Elizabeth McGovern. Downton Abbey celebrates the grand finale on here as well. So like I said, one of you guys know that this was available if you guys were a fan of the Downton Abbey, and this is the final film that they've done to kind of wrap up the whole series. The next one here that was from Universal as well, and this is the 25th anniversary. It's crazy to think this movie is 25 years old now. But I remember so well when this came out, especially too when it came out on DVD, there was all these different special releases. There was like a special book. It's like a pop-up book version. And I remember back then, too, you had to be really careful because if you messed up, you get, like, the full-screen version of movies. Because it was like they had a full screen and a widescreen. And I always, was always like, because my mom a lot of times was getting it when I was at school. so I was like, make sure you get the widescreen one. But here we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas in the 25th anniversary. I know this is also going back to theaters as well. They're doing a re-release of the film. Now, this has on here, though, feature-wise, 25th anniversary, 25 years later, The Gift of the Grinch. Ron Howard and the producer and makeup artist Rick Baker and Taylor Thomason look back at the making of the film, which is a new featurette on here. Also has commentary track, deleted scenes, outtakes on here, music video. But, you know, basically, you guys have never seen this. This is Jim Carrey playing the Grinch, and it's the live-action version. Really fun movie. I said I remember this very, very well when this, released back in the day. The next one here, this is from Disney, and I really like this movie. I will say, though, it was because there was 4 characters switching. There was a little bit where you kind of got mixed up certain times with who was who and stuff. Because I know, just because I also thought that Jamie Lee Curtis should have had a British accent to kind of make it a little less, so you could kind of figure it out a little bit more. This is Freakier Friday, because like the first movie was just both of them switching, but this one had the other kid switching with them, so it's 4 characters and everything. Like I said, I like this one. I really love the original film, and I thought that it was cool to see them back again and everything as well. But it's the similar story, but it's kind of Lindsay Lohan's kid and then them switching. It's kind of hard. Like I said, it's very hard to explain because of all the characters and not mixing it all up and everything. But regardless, it was really fun to see the characters back again. There was a lot of like cameos in this one as well. This has on here the making of Freakier Friday on here. Where Were You When? Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan reflect on the fandom of the 2003 film. Flashback Friday, catch the hidden nods to the 2003 film, music video, and deleted scenes on here as well. The other one here, this is from Paramount, and I really like this movie. This is the Naked Gun. This is the, kind of remake of the film, which had, it's not really a remake, though, because it's kind of considered a sequel, because it's technically, Liam Neeson is supposed to be Leslie Nielsen's son. So it's not exactly a remake. It's a similar, thing, but it's kind of sort of a new film in the series, even though it's kind of a reboot at the same time. Paul Hauser's in the film as well as his assistant, cop in the movie. And basically, it's kind of the similar film, and it's just a kind of spoof parody. And I really love these kind of things, like especially Scary Movie and these type of films, and the way this stuff is written, and like everything is kind of outlandish and ridiculous and over the top. But just a really fun movie. And I thought Liam Neeson really did a good job, because he doesn't usually do comedy, and I thought he did a great job doing comedy in this one. Really, really like this a lot. Has on here, though, deleted scenes, alternate and extended scenes on here, a Legacy of Laughter featurette, Son of a Naked Gun on here, and some other featurettes as well on here. The other one here, this one was from Decal, and I saw this movie in theaters as well, and I thought this was really fun. And, this is Spinal Tap 2, which is this, the Spinal Tap sequel. The original movie, I believe, was like, was it 78 or 80? I can't remember when the original one was made. But this is basically them now and the band basically getting back together for this reunion, and kind of like all the problems that go on. I will say, I absolutely love Elton John in this. Like Elton John, like I really like when he plays like kind of over the top versions of himself, or kind of like parodies himself, or makes himself like, I don't know, he's really good. I really like him as an actor, and he did a really, really good job, and probably has some of the funniest stuff in this movie. So really, really liked Elton John stuff in this. And, I like these movies, too, because they're all done improv, just like Best in Show. And it's that kind of movie where it's basically off of an outline, and it can kind of go in some crazy directions without, when you don't have a script and you're kind of working off an outline. But really, really fun movie. The other one here, this was from Neon, and I saw this in theaters as well. And this is one called Splitsville, which has the Dakota Johnson in it. And this is basically, though, about these two couples, and basically the one set of couples was basically they were thinking about. I can't remember. It's these two, I believe. I don't want to mix up who was with who, but basically, Dakota Johnson's character is thinking about getting. No, was it? No, it was the two. No, these two characters were thinking about getting divorced, and then they come to find out that Dakota Johnson and her husband have this open relationship where they're sleeping with other people, and that's kind of how it works. So then, what they kind of figure out is they all want to kind of swap and sleep with each other's spouses, and it kind of is one of those things where things become problematic, and it's like things get really bad, and like the whole idea of this too was just a bad decision. So it's one of those movies where it kind of has like the feel of like Very Bad Things, where everything just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, but really fun movie. This has on here the making of Splitsville, the trailer, and TV spots on here as well. The other one here, this one is also from Decal. This is one that has, this is the director, one of the directors of Grave Encounters. So, and this is a movie here called Coyotes. And this has Justin Long and Kate Bosworth in it. And this was, this is actually something, that kind of is creepy to me, because there are coyotes where I am in California. I've seen them many, many times. And like, I walk these trails, and I've seen coyotes dozens and dozens and dozens. I mean, a lot. And there are coyotes too that really can, they don't usually get that close, but I've had some weird encounters with coyotes. I definitely have, when they're a little closer than you'd like. And I've also come across packs. I've come across where there's been like 3 or 4 together. Not recently, but I did at one point. It was like, oh, jeez. So it's much creepier because I've seen coyotes and everything too, but basically this is kind of this whole area where the coyotes have kind of gone crazy and are killing people in this community and stuff like that. And it's basically Justin Long and Kate Bosworth's character figuring out what to do. It has on here behind the scenes on here, but I thought this was a very, very fun movie. The next ones here, these were both from Anchor Bay, and these are like ones that I believe, I don't know how old the one bar store was, but I know this one was undiscovered for years. This was made like, I think it was like 10 plus years back. It's a movie here called Candy Apple. Kind of reminded me of like Hurricane Streets and like Kids and Gummo. It's kind of in that kind of vibe a little bit. I really liked the main actor in here, the one who had all the tattoos and stuff, who was the father. He was really good. And basically though, it's kind of like just like this day in the life or kind of period about all these characters in New York, and they all kind of have problems and the things that they're going through and the issues and stuff like that. And it's basically, that's what it is. It's sort of like a slice of life with all these characters that are kind of making bad decisions and things like that. And the other one here is one here called The Dead Man's Barstool. And this was one that was an unreleased one as well. And this is kind of all set in a bar with kind of weird go-ons and these characters trying to scheme for money and things like that. This has a trailer on here. I really loved Candy Apple, though. That was out of the 2 ones I really liked the most, because this is just really, I don't know, just something really, really interesting about this movie. And it had that kind of Hurricane Streets, which is one movie I feel like a lot of people have never seen, but it had that kind of feel, which is one of those movies too. I always hope someday we'll get a Blu-ray release. The next one that I got here, this is from Kino Lorber, and this is a really cool movie that you don't hear about too much, and this is from their cult line called Frightmare, and this is from the director Pete Walker, and I always like his movies. I think one of my favorite ones of his was probably this, and then I think it was Home Before Midnight was one that he did, was a really good one as well. But I like all of his stuff, and this was kind of like this weird kind of like this couple that was doing really weird stuff in this house and stuff. It's one of those movies where you don't want to ruin too much about it, but it's one of those movies though that when you watch it, you're like, this movie inspired so many things, and so many movies have kind of copied and lifted from this one. But it has on here though a commentary track on here with Stephen R. Bissett, author of We're Going to Eat You Cannibal Movies. Has on here a commentary track on here with Pete Walker, the cinematographer, interview with Pete Walker, some interviews with former collaborators on here, theatrical trailer on this one. The next one here, though, this one was from Movie Zing, and I'll have a link below where you guys can order this one for the best price, and it was also from Universal. And this is basically, Alfred Hitchcock had I know there was Alfred Hitchcock Presents, but I don't know if he had another series as well. But these were basically, anthology, like kind of horror anthology series that he had. And I think this was the main series. But I don't know if there was another one that he had as well. And these were from, what year were these? Were these the 50s? Or were these this? I don't know exactly when this show, I think it was like 55. And this is basically Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and it's kind of like a Twilight Zone kind of series, and it's all the different series here. So we have season 1, and then on here it has some interviews on here as well, like with Pat Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock's daughter on here, some producers, season 2 here, and then we have season 3, season 4, and I don't know if these have been available together in a full collection like this. I know I remember seeing them in the past, and I think they were in like different kinds of, like the ones with like the thin cases, I think, that came out, season 6, and then season 7 here. But if you guys are a fan of the Alfred Hitchcock Presents, this is the Legacy Collection, which also has on here Alfred Hitchcock A Look Back, featuring interviews like I was mentioning about on here. But really cool collection if you guys were a fan of the Alfred Hitchcock Presents films. The next one here was from SRS Cinema. And this was a fun movie. This was basically, this is kind of like those ones like back in the day, like Harry Novak ones, like Please Don't Eat My Mother, like those killer, you know, Venus Flytrap movies and stuff like that, or, you know, or rock, or I think that's kind of like those ones more than anything. This is one here called Venus Die Trap, and this is basically about this killer Venus flytrap, but it's done kind of in the style and made to feel like a 50s kind of throwback B movie and everything, but really fun movie. It has on here, though, commentary tracks on here, music video on here as well. The other one here that's from SRS Cinema, and this is really cool. This is a collection here which has all of the Truth or Dare films together here on Blu-ray. And what was cool, too, was I got to be part of one of the Truth or Dare movies years back. It was back in 2010 when I was driving cross-country to move out to California. I stopped, you know, in Kentucky. And when I was at the hotel, and that was back when, you know, me and MJ, you know, who used to be in the videos you guys remember early on, we ended up filming a quick scene for Truth or Dare 4, Deadly Dares, you know, outside the hotel. And it was like, basically, we just checked out of the hotel, and the director, Tim, you know, came and basically just, you know, shot Tim, you know, Tim Ritter came, we just shot the thing in probably like 25 minutes or so. And then we got back on the road. It was real quick and everything, but I always remember that. So I'm just really cool to have the whole collection here together. And it was just cool to get to be part of one of the films and everything. The other one here from SRS Cinema, and this was funny. There was a character in here that kept calling everybody arseholes and stuff. That was like the funniest part, was this old guy, and he kept on like real dirty, and he just kept on like having negative things to say about everybody. And this is from SRS as well. And it's a movie here called The Devil's Wasteland. And this is basically like this guy wearing all this corpse paint. And he's basically like kind of like an end of the world cannibalistic thing. And he's going and like kidnapping people. But like I said, he's calling everybody arseholes, and he's like got this really weird way of acting and stuff. It sort of has like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel too, with the family and stuff like that as well. And the last one here to let you guys know that was available was one here called Wild for Chaos. This is from Lightyear, and this is a documentary here about New York hardcore legend and co-founder of the Croc Mags, Harley Flanagan here. And this one has on here interviews with people like Flea, Henry Rollins, Ice-T, Glenn Danzig on here. And then it has over 70 minutes of bonus features as well included on here as well. But anyway, though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give it a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.